Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village, lived two neighbors named Leo and Sam. Leo was a wealthy merchant who lived in a grand house, filled with expensive furniture, shiny jewels, and the finest clothes. His house was so big that his voice would echo in the halls. Yet, despite all his riches, Leo was rarely seen with a smile. He was always worried about his business, counting his gold, and thinking about how to get even more. He spent his nights tossing and turning, afraid that someone might steal his treasures. Next door lived Sam, a humble gardener. His house was small and simple, with just enough room for him and his family. He didn't have gold or jewels, but his garden was his treasure. It was filled with colorful flowers, sweet fruits, and fresh vegetables. Every morning, Sam would wake up to the sound of birds singing, and he would spend his day tending to his plants with a cheerful song on his lips. His laughter could often be heard from his little home. Leo would often watch Sam from his large window, puzzled. How could a poor man with so little be so happy? One day, curiosity got the better of him. He walked over to Sam's garden. "Sam," he called out, "I don't understand. You have almost nothing, yet you are always so joyful. I have everything I could ever want, but I am always filled with worry. What is your secret?" Sam smiled warmly and handed Leo a ripe red apple from his tree. "My secret is simple, Leo. I don't focus on what I don't have. I am grateful for what I do have. I have this beautiful garden, a loving family, and the sun that helps my plants grow. I find joy not in keeping things for myself, but in sharing them." He pointed to a basket of vegetables near his door. "Every day, I share what I grow with my neighbors. The joy I see on their faces when they receive these small gifts fills my heart more than any gold ever could. Your happiness isn't measured by the weight of your pockets, but by the lightness of your heart." Leo looked at the apple in his hand, and then back at his own empty, quiet mansion. He realized Sam was right. For years, he had been collecting things, but he had never truly lived. He had been so busy guarding his wealth that he had forgotten to enjoy it or share it with others. From that day on, Leo started to change. He began by sharing a meal with Sam and his family. He used his wealth to help build a new well for the village and a playground for the children. He started spending less time counting his money and more time connecting with the people around him. Slowly but surely, a genuine smile found its way to Leo's face. He learned that true happiness doesn't come from having more, but from appreciating and sharing what you already have. He discovered that the greatest treasure of all was a heart full of gratitude and a life full of shared joy. And so, the wealthy merchant and the humble gardener lived side by side, not as rich and poor, but as two very happy friends. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires and uplifts. See you in the next video.